Hello, students of class 12. Today we will learn about circular flow of income in two-sector economy. Two-sector means household sector and producing sector in the economy. We all know it that there is government sector, there is foreign sector, but to make it simple, we are considering a circular flow of income in two-sector economy. One sector is household sector and the other is producing sector. There is a continuous flow of money or continuous income generation because of this flow of money between these two sectors. Household sector is always supplying the all required factors of production to the producing sector. Producing sector, whatever be produced by them, they need some basic factors of production. What are these basic factors of production? You know it well. These basic or primary factors of production are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. These required basic factors of production are flowing from household sector to producing sector or farms. So there is a flow of factors of production, namely land, labor, capital, entrepreneur from household sector to producing sector. Producing sector or farms, with the help of these factors of production, producing different types of goods and services to meet the demands of the people, to meet the demands of the households. So producing sector is producing different types of goods and services. For whom are they producing? They are producing for household sector. So there is a flow of goods and services from producing sector to household sector. So in this way, a circular flow completes. There is a flow of factors of production from household sector to farms, and there is a flow of goods and services from farms to households. Completes a circular flow. But notice it is a non-money flow. Nothing mentioned about money here. Here is flow of factors of production, non-money flow, from household to farms. And there is a flow of goods and services, non-money flow, from producing sector to households. Always keep in mind, a non-money flow should be associated with a money flow. Otherwise, it is not a productive activity. It will not help to generate income. So when there is a non-money flow or real flow in between these two sectors, certainly there is a money flow. Let us consider how this money flow is going on. When factors of productions are being supplied by the households, against that there is a factor payment to the household sector. So there is a flow of money from producing sector to household sector. It has been shown by a dotted line. There is a flow of money from farms to households in terms of factor payment. Factor payment means wage, rent, interest, and profit. Payment for labor, wage, for land, rent, for capital, interest, and for entrepreneurial service, profit. As because all these factors are supplied by households, again that must be a payment. Then it is a productive activity. Then it will help to generate income. So when there is a flow of factor payments, income generates in household sector. So income generates in household sector in terms of wage, rent, interest and profit. Sum of wage, rent, interest and profit helps us to understand what is the income generated in household sector, and that is also giving you idea about the domestic income or national income. As because same money is flowing, either consider income generated in household sector or consider income generated in producing sector. Same money is flowing. So consider income generated in any sector, you will get the idea about domestic income. So if you want to learn domestic income, you may follow income generated in household sector. It is called income side measure. It is sum of all factor payments, wage plus rent plus interest plus profit. When income generates here in household sector, how they are using this income? They are spending this money income to purchase different types of goods and services. So again, a dot line showing a flow, money flow from household sector to producing sector. Money is flowing from household sector to producing sector because of expenditure on goods and services. So here we observe a complete money flow. Money flow from producing sector to household sector because of factor payments. Money flow from household sector to producing sector because of expenditure on goods and services. So when there is expenditure on goods and services, income generates here. This is the money value of the goods and services. Expenditure on goods and service is the money value of the goods and services, P into Q. So if you want to know domestic income by product side measure, you have to consider how income generates in producing sector. This is money value of goods and services, price multiplied by quantity produced. So what do we learn actually from this circular flow of income model? What is the implication of this circular flow of income model? Number one, household sector and producing sector are financially interdependent. Expenditure of one sector becoming the income of the another sector. Number one. Number two, if you want to know domestic income, either consider income generated in producing sector or consider income generated in household sector. If you consider income generated in household sector, it is income side measure of national income accounting. It is wage plus rent plus interest plus profit. If you consider income generated in producing sector, then it is called product side measure. It is the money value of goods and services produced in the economy, P into Q, price multiplied by quantity. So any measure may be followed to estimate domestic income or national income. Either follow product side measure considering income generated here, or consider income side measure considering income generated in household sector. This is very important implication. So this flow of money, volume of money flowing in the economy indicates you the growth of GDP or national income. So whether this flow of money will be more or less, that depends on two factors. How money injected in this flow, called injection, and how money leakages from this flow, that is called leakage. The volume of money flowing in the economy also depends on injection and leakage. If producing sector investing more, then that is an injection to the flow of money. If producing sector selling to the outer world, that will also help with injection of the flow of money, then earning money from outside. But if we are importing more, then our money is going outside. That's outflow of money. That causes leakage to this flow of money circulation. If the demand is less, savings increases in the economy, that also reduces production, reduces the flow of money in the economy. So these are the important implications of circular flow model. At last, I must tell you, here we have assumed income generated in any sector is equal to its expenditure. Income is equal to expenditure. Actually, this may not happen. There may be a difference between income and expenditure. If it is so, then if income is more, savings will be generated in any sector. And if income is less, they have to borrow from financial institutions. So if we are not assuming this income expenditure equality, then we have to consider the existence of capital market where there is inflow of money in terms of savings and outflow of money in terms of borrowing. So for the further development of this model, we may include financial system or capital market. If we relax this assumption, here we are assuming income is equal to expenditure in every economy to make it simple. But if we do not consider it, if we consider there is a possibility of inequality between income and expenditure, there is a possibility of savings or borrowings in every sector, then we have to include financial system in this model. That is called further development of the circular flow model. That will be discussed in next class. This much today. Thank you all.